Hi, Orange Girl here with another scrapbooking process video for you. I am working with the limited edition National Scrapbooking Day scrapbook kit from Clique Kits. It is full of happiness collection from Coco Vanilla Studio, and those photos are what I thought I was going to use, but I ended up changing those out. From the moment I opened this collection and I saw this paper, I knew that I was going to fussy cut all of those butterflies. So I decided that I would go ahead and do that for today's layout. And I am not going to make you watch me cut all of these out, but I do cut every single one of them. It took me about an hour, to be honest. I didn't stop much, but I might have stopped once to check an email or something. But other than that, I pretty much cut for about an hour, about 45 minutes, 50 minutes, something like that. So I decided that I was going to do a rainbow. Rainbows are all the rage right now, and these butterflies fit it perfectly. One of the things I really like about these butterflies is that they really do start from a red pink, kind of a pink, down to a navy blue. There is no purple, but even the butterflies themselves vary a little bit. So like there's different shapes, but also there's the pink ones, and then there's some that are kind of pink and orange, and then there's some that are orange, and then there's some that are kind of orange and yellow, and then there's and so on and so forth. And so like those light blue ones especially have a lot of green in them as well. Some of them do, some of them are mostly just light blue. And I just like the way it makes it look a little bit more gradual going across the page. And so at this point, I end up laying these down about 3 times, um, or moving them around or different things. But I am not, you're actually going to see me do it 3 times. But this first time, I am doing it at a decent speed. And then the rest of them, the rest of the times you'll see me move these around, and glue them and all of that, I'll speed it up a lot. So, because ain't nobody got time to watch this 3 times because there's a lot of butterflies. I don't end up using all of them, but I do use quite a few of them. I think I probably have maybe half a dozen left is all by the time this is over. So at this point, I decided 2 photos weren't going to work, and I thought about using this one of my daughter and my 2 grandsons, and then I pulled this one out, and I was like, oh, we have a winner. So a layout was born. Then I decided that if I was going to do that rainbow, I should probably do a little bit of mixed media behind it. I'm not doing a ton. I am just going to be mostly splattering. And I cut off the top or one edge of it because I'm going to put some of that striped rainbow paper at the top and bottom of the layout. At this point, I didn't know for sure if it was just going to be at the top or just at the bottom, but I knew I wanted to use that. So this is the first time, other than swatching it, this is the first time I've used the Amy Tangerine watercolors. At some point, I promise, I realized that my mixing is off camera. So eventually here, you'll see me move the mixing to on camera. So I mixed the 2 different kind of pink colors and some white to make that first pink, and then now I'm adding I mixed a couple oranges, and here I accidentally put a little bit too much brown in with my yellow. I just wanted it to be a little bit more mustard yellow, so I added a little bit of orange and then a little itty bit of brown and added some more yellow to it, and I think I even added a little bit of white to try to kind of match the colors that are in the collection. So I'm just trying to mix. I don't think I used anything straight up. I think each one of these I mixed just a little bit together to make, it's not perfect, but it's exactly what I wanted. It's really close to the same shades as the butterflies. So I'm just going across the page, mostly at the top, and kind of funneling it down to the center, just like I had all of those butterflies out to begin with. So this was fun, and it was fun to work with this. The paints are really nice. These are in the color kit for May. So if you got the color kit for May from Clique Kits, this was part of that. So to make this darker blue, I added put the 2 blues together and then added just a very small dot of black. And now I'm just adding a few other splatters, and then you'll get to see me put all of those all of those butterflies back on again. So then anyway, So once I kind of dry it off a little bit with my paper towel, then I'm going to move on to placing all of those butterflies back on. So this time, like I said, I'm going to do it really quickly. And then as I'm doing this, I'm thinking about what else I want to add. I don't want to add too many embellishments because I feel like there's already so much going on and the picture needs to shine. This is a photo of my daughter. She decided that for spring pictures, they always like to they let you do your own pose. They don't always let you do your own pose, but this year she's like, "Can I do my own pose?" And we let her pick out. We oftentimes do not get the school pictures because I take so many pictures. I don't always, I'm like, I don't really want to pay for pictures, and they're usually not that great anyway. And so we ended up getting these because she decided that that was the outfit that she wanted to wear, and then they let her do the pose where she put her hands up on the bow tie, and we thought it was adorable. So, yep, we got a few of these. So what I'm doing now is I'm just gluing down each of these. I'm using just a little bit in the center, like the dark part, which it looks kind of like it's black, but it's really more of a navy, a really dark navy. And I'm just gluing all of those down in the center so that the actual wings can still kind of flip up a little bit to add some dimension to the layout. And I don't put any foam or anything behind them. It works out just fine because I'm also going to stitch them down here in just a minute. So you saw me put the alphas on there. Those are not in the kit. Those are from Pink Fresh Studio. I had them in my stash. In fact, I think I bought like 2 or 3 sets of those because I love them so much. And I think they are from the Joyful Day collection. And so I went ahead and just did the colors, the same colors kind of in a rainbow. So once I got those glued down, I decided I wasn't going to put, at first I thought I might put some pattern papers or something behind my photo, and then I decided that really just a little tissue paper was probably enough. And I didn't, oftentimes I pop my photo up to stand out a little bit, and I decided that with all of those butterflies, I would rather have the butterflies overlapping the photo just a little bit, and I felt like there was enough dimension going on with all of the butterflies themselves. So I'm just kind of messing with the letters here, and I actually do get them off center. For some reason, they were right, and then when I glued all the butterflies down, I messed them up somehow. So anyway, I fixed that in a little bit. So I'm going to take a little strip of this paper, 2 strips actually, and I'm going to put 1 strip at the top and 1 strip at the bottom. And I'm using this plain piece of white not construction paper, white cardstock to kind of use it as just like a template so that I make sure I'm still basically 12 by 12. This took me, like, I have a little hissy fit here in a second because I'm like, this should be way easier. That was my little hissy fit. And then I just went ahead and I turned off the camera and I finished it off camera. It was kind of, my camera was in the way and I couldn't see very well to get it straight, and so it was just a pain. But you get the idea. I just used that paper in the back. Then off camera, I did some stitching. I stitched underneath the colorful U, and then each one of these butterflies I stitched down, and I changed the thread out. So I used a dark blue with the dark blue butterflies and a lighter blue with the light blue butterflies and green and so on and so forth across the page. And then I'm using those same threads and I'm putting some of them behind the photo. So I used a little bit of green and a little bit of blue, and then on the other side and top I'm going to put some pink and some yellow, I think. And I just kind of put it across the top half kind of the photo. And then that I am almost done. I am not adding much else to this. I thought about it, but I decided that with the stitching also, I didn't really need much. I do end up trying to center this color for you a little bit by adding a little blue heart. And I do end up putting that on there, but first I wanted to go ahead and put some of this sequins. This sequins also comes in the International Scrapbooking Day limited edition kits. I don't know if any of those kits are still available or not. You'd have to check the website, but I got this in that kit. So I am just adding, they're mostly blue. There's a little bit of orange, orangish red, orangish pink, and some pink. and I'm just adding them across the page. I do pop a couple of them outside of the butterflies like that one, and then a blue one. And then I put that blue heart back, and then it's all done. And I call it done. So I forgot to put the date on. I did that after I'd taken my pictures. But the close-ups are coming up here, and I hope you can see the stitching a little bit better in the close-ups. But my challenge for you, because we are doing some challenges over at the Clique Kits, the Clique over on Facebook, my challenge for you is to do something in a rainbow. So it doesn't have to be this big of a rainbow, but do something in a rainbow fashion. And then all the details are over in the Clique, so you can check that, and I will link it below. And I can't wait to see what you make. Thanks a lot. See you in my next video.